paradise under pressure. Peaceful beaches, turquoise waters, palm trees swaying. Then, the wind changes. Clouds build over the Caribbean Sea and waves grow stronger. A storm is forming, and this time, it's different. In late October 2025, Jamaica was struck by Hurricane Melissa, one of the strongest storms in its history. With sustained winds close to 300 kilometers per h, nearly 185 miles per hour, it hit the island as a Category 5 hurricane, the highest level on the international hurricane scale. Coastal towns were battered by heavy rain and storm surges up to 4 meters high. Roads turned into rivers, rooftops vanished, power lines snapped, and thousands were forced from their homes. Overnight, paradise became a scene of destruction. Why it happened? When such disasters strike, one question always follows: why? And more importantly, why are such extreme storms becoming more common in the Caribbean? To understand, we need to look at how hurricanes form. It all starts with warm ocean water. When the surface of the sea becomes very warm, usually above 26 degrees Celsius, the air above it begins to rise. As the warm, moist air lifts, it cools and condenses into clouds, releasing heat, which fuels even more rising air. This creates a spinning column of storms powered by the ocean's heat energy. Over time, it can grow into a tropical storm and then a hurricane. Hurricanes are essentially giant heat engines, drawing energy from the warm sea and releasing it through rain and wind. In recent years, ocean temperatures in the Caribbean have been 1 to 1.5 degrees Celsius warmer than historical averages. That difference might sound small, but it's massive when we're talking about an entire ocean. Warmer water equals more fuel, and more fuel equals stronger storms. The perfect conditions. For a hurricane to grow to extreme levels, several key factors need to line up. First, a warm ocean surface. The hotter the water, the more energy available. Second, high humidity. The air must be moist enough to keep the storm alive. Third, low wind shear. When upper-level winds are calm, the storm can rise straight up instead of being torn apart. And fourth, time over open sea. The longer a system stays over warm water, the stronger it gets. Hurricane Melissa had all four. Sea temperatures were record high. Atmospheric humidity was high, wind shear was low, and the storm lingered over the warm Caribbean Sea for days, allowing it to explode in intensity before hitting land. Rapid intensification. Meteorologists call this process rapid intensification. It's when a hurricane's wind speed jumps by more than 55 kilometers per h in just 24 hours. That's exactly what happened with Melissa. In one day, it went from a manageable tropical storm to a catastrophic Category 5 monster. In a stable climate, that level of rapid growth would have been rare. Today, scientists say it's 6 times more likely because of the warmer ocean and atmosphere. Why Jamaica is hit so hard? Jamaica's position makes it especially exposed. The island lies directly in the main hurricane belt of the Atlantic. Storms that form off the coast of Africa travel westward across the Atlantic, passing through the Caribbean. Many of them curve north near Jamaica before heading toward Cuba or the Gulf of Mexico. The country's shape also adds risk. The northern and eastern coasts face the open sea, leaving little protection from storm surges. Its mountainous terrain, while beautiful, turns heavy rainfall into flash floods and landslides. A few hours of rain in Jamaica's hills can flood entire valleys below. How often do such storms happen? Historically, Jamaica sees at least one threatening hurricane every season, though direct hits are less frequent. Meteorologists estimate a 48% chance that at least one hurricane will pass close enough each year to cause serious impact. Major landfalls like Category 4 or 5 hurricanes have been rare. Before Melissa, the last storm of comparable strength was Hurricane Gilbert in 1988, which devastated the island. But new climate models show that such megastorms, once expected only every several thousand years, could happen every few centuries or even more often, depending on future warming trends. So, while not yearly, they're becoming part of Jamaica's new climate reality. The science behind the change. As global temperatures rise, the oceans absorb about 90% of that extra heat. The Caribbean Sea, in particular, has warmed dramatically over the past decades. This creates an environment where storms not only form more easily, but grow faster and hit harder. More moisture in the air means heavier rainfall. Higher sea levels mean stronger storm surges, Hotter oceans mean that once rare Category 5 hurricanes are no longer outliers. It's not that there are dramatically more hurricanes overall, it's that the most powerful ones are becoming more frequent. Consequences for the island. When hurricanes strike Jamaica, the damage extends far beyond wind and rain. Tourism, a main pillar of the economy, can take months to recover. Crops such as bananas and sugarcane, vital for local livelihoods, are often destroyed. Roads, bridges, and water systems are damaged, cutting off communities. After Hurricane Melissa, losses were estimated in the billions, with years of rebuilding ahead. Beyond the physical destruction, there's a deep emotional toll. Families displaced, homes lost, schools closed, power gone for weeks. The rhythm of everyday life breaks, and for many, it takes months to feel normal again. Preparing for the future. Despite the challenges, Jamaica is adapting. Improved early warning systems, stronger building codes, and community training programs have saved lives in recent storms. New coastal defenses are being built, and reforestation projects aim to protect slopes from erosion. But experts warn that adaptation alone isn't enough. Global efforts to cut greenhouse gas emissions are critical if we want to limit how strong these storms can become. Without global climate action, the Caribbean could see more events like Melissa, stronger, wetter, and more destructive. A pattern we can no longer ignore. Every hurricane season tells the same story a little louder. Warmer seas, more energy, faster growing storms, communities struggling to rebuild before the next one arrives. Melissa is not just a natural disaster, it's a signal, a warning that the balance of nature is shifting before our eyes. While Jamaica stands strong and resilient, it also stands at the front line of a global climate crisis. Lessons for the world. The lesson goes beyond the Caribbean. Every coastal nation is watching. From the Gulf of Mexico to the Philippines, warmer waters are rewriting storm records. Scientists, governments, and citizens alike must learn from Jamaica's experience. Invest in preparedness, protect coastlines, and treat climate change not as a distant theory, but as a present reality. The future of the Caribbean depends not only on recovery, but on prevention, and prevention means change, globally and locally. The closing message. Jamaica will rise again. It always does. The island's strength lies in its people, communities helping each other, rebuilding, protecting, adapting. But as the world warms, these storms are reminders of what's at stake. They are nature's voice, powerful, urgent, and impossible to ignore. If we listen, we can act. If we act, we can still protect the islands, the oceans, and the lives that depend on them. The ocean gives, the ocean takes. Our choices decide which it will do next. Like, share, and follow for more stories that matter.